You've done the fool before. No harm doing it again, right?
I know it won't kill me, but I still hate heights.
So we're going to find the witness. Like I said last time, we'll look at that watery grave flashback.
I still remember seeing the ad for the Regal Apartments in the paper. It's easy for people to look at it and see a dingy, run-down shithole. But me? I saw a place with history and character. I saw a place full of artistic inspiration. Before I knew it, I was the official tenant of apartment 3A. Looking back on it, I wish I had never even unpacked. My new apartment turned out to have more character than I had anticipated. The carpets were occasionally soggy, the pipes were rusty, and I could hear the tenant below me banging against the walls and screaming at the top of his lungs. Sure, there were other problems with the place, but they just added to its charm. They were things I could live with. What I couldn't live with was showering in brown water, mysterious leaks molding the carpet, and obnoxious neighbors. I called the plumber, who arrived just as I was about to have a word with the people downstairs. When I showed him the wet spots on the carpet, he scratched his head and explained that nothing was leaking, and that the reason for the wet spots was most likely due to me spilling something and not realizing it. Did this guy take me for an idiot? I never spilled a thing. He apologized and said that without a leak, there's nothing he could do, so he moved on to the shower. Thankfully, the water had no trouble turning brown. He thought it could be an issue with a rusty boiler and went to check it out. I took the opportunity to address the tenants below. I knocked on the door, but no one answered. In fact, I couldn't hear anything at all. I tried the door, expecting it to be locked, but it just swung open. I was shocked to find it completely empty. That's when wet footprints began to appear on the floor. They were headed right for me. Just then I could hear the plumber scream from the boiler room downstairs. By the time I ran down there, he was long gone, but he had discovered the source of the brown water. Packed into the old rusty boiler was a bloated, decomposing corpse. The police are still investigating the homicide, and the landlord has promised to renovate the boiler room. However, despite his efforts, 3A is back on the market, and I doubt I'll ever feel clean again.
So yeah, it's a mix of a ghost story there, but it's also one of those kind of urban legends. You may have heard a story similar to that before. I know I have, and there was another one of these I've encountered where I've heard this the same sort of urban legend before. So we've got more stuff to review actually, so we'll get around to that.
The day everything died for me.
So that's where his lovely wife parted this earth. And we've got more things to collect. Now the game actually gets relatively free roaming. You can run around a lot of the town. There's a lot of side quests to complete, do, and all sorts of things. So listen.
Face it, Baxter hated the guy.
I think the hate was pretty mutual.
Ronan was a little rough around the edges. But Baxter, he isn't exactly Mr. Cuddly.
Yeah, but you don't think he'd... I mean, a fellow cop. Or anybody.
In this job, I'm surprised less every day about what people are really capable of.
So one of them suspects that Baxter, the cop that's relatively aggressive towards us, may be indeed guilty of our murder. I mean, it's not a horrible theory to come up with. He does have a point that Baxter didn't like us and we didn't like him either, but Baxter seemed to be the more aggressive of the two of us, at the very least. Sorry about the jumping images. It's not actually the recording. I did find throughout my playthrough it's actually the game itself, but it tends to be one of those things sometimes you get with console games. And yes, I am playing this on console, the dreaded thing. I was commenting in my prior video that sure there must be hidden stuff around here. For some reason the stuff only appears now. There is hidden things around this area. In different parts of it. But they only seem to appear once you've completed the apartment scene, which is a bit annoying really. Considering you've got access to this area initially, and you probably would just ignore this stuff now. You wouldn't go, oh, I've already been to this area, why would I need to go back? Well, you do need to go back. Like I said, lots of hidden collectibles around here now. There's actually, it's not a massive open world game. We'll actually get onto that soon. But there still is a lot of things, a lot of areas you can walk around and stuff like that.
All those street brawls. It's amazing I lived as long as I did.
So another flashback of his life so far. He used to get in fights regularly. I have no idea what's going on here, and this happened in my game as well. Looks like there should be a reveal here, because you always get the shaky images, but yeah, I can't get it to appear. I'm hitting the button, and nothing's happening. So yeah, I don't believe anything can be done there. You can feel free to correct me in the comments below if I'm wrong, if I'm just standing in the wrong place or something ridiculous like that, but yeah, I really can't find them. I really can't find the position you need to be in. Now here's the greatest part of the game, and so I'm going to leave that till later. I'm going to tease it out a little bit longer. I'm going to just collect a few more things. Sorry, I just had an annoying little pop-up up here on my screen. Another door that can be removed, nothing in here. So if you even put areas that you've already been around, you will want to go around them again. Trying to find all the little hidden clues. Yeah. It's odd. Little cot down there. I wonder what that could be doing down there, eh? Anyway, we did. I'm going to try to find my way back. This way. Again, you see those ghostly images from how far I've played, which is not too much further. I still haven't found anything that you can actually do with those, if they have any relevance, or if they're nothing more than just little extras there to kind of entice you. But there's actually another flashback over here.
I did this. I talked him into this. Becoming a cop. I was lying dead in the street because of me.
So that's our brother. He's feeling some guilt over our death. He's the one that gave us a job as a cop in the first place, apparently. And is none too happy with how the results turned out. But let's see what these cops have to think.
We're looking for a weapon? They said he didn't even bring one. This can't be real. It's like we're all in a daze out here.
From actually what I recall, these guys actually relatively say the same thing.
We're looking for a weapon?
Yeah.
They said he didn't even bring one. Maybe there's just nothing here. No signs of anything.
Yeah, what you'll find now is, even though you encounter new people, a lot of them just repeat the same thing. A lot of hiding holes. Oh, I'm not going to do that. Like any game with hidden material in it, a lot of the time the problem is largely that they seem to be really just scattered about anywhere. This is another one of those hidden stories. Gonna find 15 more, 16 total of empty gas cans saying that they need gas. But we do have a lot of people we can possess now as well, since we're just roaming around. People are sitting on the street. This is a relative open world out there. I'll go through all these once I collect the whole series of them. I think that's probably the best way to do it, rather than just jumping towards them every single time. Otherwise we'd just be jumping in and out of the collectibles constantly instead of collectible. I mean, if you're using this as a guide, it's really not going to be too helpful. Beyond me at least attempting to show where every single piece is, I'm not going to be following any sort of pattern. I honestly don't know where any of these are. I'm just picking up as I go along. You often can spot them in the distance because of the big glow around them. But yeah, there's no kind of method to my madness when it comes to this. Well, we're going to go... Well, before I do that, I'm going to go back to that area over here. I've seen a few more collectibles. Gotta pick them all, gotta catch them all, man. What, I saw another one. Yep, I did. A lot of these hiding holes just appear to be, there's also history of this town. One to do with the witch trials, because of course this is Salem. And one's to do with just the history of the town in general.